Hey, Inflewence here, and we got Fans Toys GOOSE FT-30C. Just my initial thoughts. Great looking robot, great paint. Woo! That big old backpack on the back, which is par for the aerialbots, but still atrocious looking. Just the plain parts bunched up, which is what the aerialbots were. Great looking figure though from the front, and I like everything about it besides that big backpack. But again, I mean, that's to be expected. It's just plain parts on the back, and that's what they were. They were just robots underneath planes, plain parts on the back. One of my favorite teams. So let's get into this review.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
So here we are with Goose, which is their take on the aerialbot, and of course plays on Top Gun with Goose. They're all named you know, Top Gun names, which is kind of cool that they did that. You know, most of the time third-party names elude me and I don't like them, but in these cases with all the aerialbots, I think that's kind of dope. So accessory wise, you see him holding his gun in Masterpiece fashion. So let's get the guns out. They fit in his hand well enough, and you just have two of them both the same. So I'll just show one, just all black, and then this goes up to be able to pair with the plane mode, and that's about it. You get a card, of course, got his picture on the front, tech specs on the back, pictures and stuff, and a real little bio. My eyes are not going to see that. You get a book. Don't know how good it was because I didn't use it, but it looked okay. You get a different face, which is this one. It's gold, just like the one on there, but he's more screaming, eyes painted. Good face, one face. And you get the box. Goose up there, some pictures. Typical Fans Toys box, all pictured around. And that's pretty much it. So here he is, and let's move on to some comparisons. And now let's compare him with Optimus and Jazz, just so you can see. That's Fans Toys Jazz and MP44 Optimus mold. About the car. So you see how that stands up, and here they are with each other. There we go. Moving along, let's get into articulation. First, see his face up close, which is fine. It's good. It's a good face. Gold, eyes painted blue, looks good. So his head gets up about that much, goes down about that much. Not a lot. You can spin it around. It does hit the back. His ears, is, for lack of a better term, not really ears, but just the flare out of his dome piece are there. Arms get up 90 degrees out here. Let me see. You technically, I think you can open this and get them up higher if you need it for a picture or something, but I don't know. I mean, it's not really, I don't really count it, but you can do it. So you got that. Arms go all the way around on soft ratchets that are a little harder than the softer ratchets. You don't get quite 90 degrees at the elbow. Let me see. Mint. Bicep swivel, fine. Again, I don't know. This looks kind of crooked. Maybe that's why the there we go. So let me see. Nope. It still gets a little more than you know, a little closer to the exact 90 degree, but not much, not enough to care. You got hands, swivel, don't move in and out. You have a thumb on one, just the ball joint, and then you have two knuckles on each finger. Got the right knuckle up here and knuckle up here. So there's that. Now the waist. The waist is a tad bit limited, but it's limited because it doesn't go this way. It only goes this way. But you can't get everything. You can't get it spun all the way around this way in order for, say, pictures or poses. So if you want them to look that way, you have to spin it all the way around. So I mean, it is a articulation limitation, but it's not a pose limitation. Put it like that. You know, it just gets on your nerves, and it's because of this part, the way they had to transform this part. I don't know why I guess they didn't want extra bend here. Maybe they could have folded it down or made it twist around so it was shorter. I would say fold it right here, maybe have it fold down in the back. Not sure why they didn't design that. I'm not a designer though. Maybe it was some other issue that it would cause. I don't know. Open the skirts. The front and side skirts go up. There are no skirts in the back because it's just all this stuff. So of course he has limitation going to the back. He does go all the way to the front. So he's not doing any hurdles. He will hit a hurdle. He will be disqualified after he falls. Splits you can get. It's a little tight because it rubs right here. However, he gets it on friction. Knee bend gets you almost 90. No, you get 90. What am I talking about? So you get 90. All this stuff. I mean, the fin goes in between. You can see the fin in the back. So he does get 90. He has swivel that's built in to the joint up here. Put these skirts down. Feet. Gets a pretty nice rocker. Heel spurs are independent. They do go down, no up. Toes don't go down. They go down due to transformation, but not really up. But you do get this that I showed a little while ago. This little rock here. And that can be problematic sometimes because you'll try to, like, if he goes back, if it's rocked just that little bit back, it does get heavy and can fall over. But that's pretty much it there. So we can get into transformation. Transformation, this guy, I think he's the easiest to transform. Between him and Iceman, they're pretty much similar. So let's work on these arms first. Get this up like that, and then you kind of move this up. Then it can move down. It's a hole in the peg right here. To move this arm up, you do have to move it up like this because this little flap right here moves down, and it won't move if it's up against. But then you have to put it back up against here in order to have this lay as flat as possible to tab this in. That's something that, you know, I had to figure out. You can just push this up. And it's hard. And I undid that just in case because there's a little space here that sits. Then you can move his hand or move this flap down and move his hand in. Make sure the thumb is folded in too. Here we go. Same thing over here. Just lift this up. Move this a little bit away so you can flip it and then move it back down so it goes all the way in. Then you can move that down, move this up. This isn't as hard. Move that out, make sure the hands are folded in right, and just fold that up, typical fashion. I always forget these things right here. On the side, just move his arms up like this so you can get these things out. Then you move his head up so you can lift all this up. Once that's lifted up, you move his arms back down, pull this out. It's on a sliding joint right there. Pull it out, flip it around. As you're flipping around, you got to slide it back and then slide it back in so it's flush, and this is pointing straight. It's a tab hole that tabs right here. Same thing over here. Pull it out, move it around. As you're moving it, you gotta shift it again in order to get enough space, and then put it in. And then you can see, put this in. When I first got this, these were in like this. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be in for this mode or not, but or maybe it's for arm mode or leg mode. I don't know which one he is. It's not Scramble City, I don't think. But then you just clip this on. This keeps all of this on besides the pegs. I don't think it hurts anything to leave it out. I'm not sure the reasoning for it. It can flip in and close all the way though. So there's that. Then you want to put his head back down. All that keeps all this encapsulated. You can move his head back. Not sure how necessary it is, but I think it was in the directions. Now do his legs. Just fold this up in here. Fold this up like that. Fold this up and fold this up. Then these are tabbed in right here. You want to untab and move these around just to really get them out the way. I just move them, get them out the way. Then you can move these down a little bit so you can open this right here. In order to open this all the way, you do need to move this like this. But you don't really have to worry about putting them anywhere. I just get them out just like that. So now you just move this in, slide that out, move this all the way down so it goes in here. So if you move all this out and move it out all the way, it's easier for it to slide where it needs to be, and then you can move it back down, move this stuff up, because all this sits like that. Then you can just close this, do the same thing over here. I'll try to show it better. So if you move this out, it becomes easier to put this where it's supposed to be, and then you can move it in. And you might as well, you can close this now. I don't think it hurts anything. Close all this together. Then you close this, and you can move these back and down. Now you just gotta make sure everything's good. You got the gist of the robot closed up, and now you just gotta unfold all of this stuff. This is hooked onto a peg over here. I can't say the backpack is really solid, so you want to pull this out. This is just pegged on in there. It's just a wing, and you just get this wing section situated. Like this is an over under, and then there's a peg right there, so you got to get it, you know, in the right spot. Eat it and push it together. There we go. Just leave that out there. Same thing over here. Pull this out. It's on that little bar. Move this like that, and don't forget this is over under, and then this is a peg, so it should just peg in like that. Difficult to get all this stuff out because it's pegged on. It's folded up like this and pegged on here and here. So you gotta make sure all that is out, and then you can get this unfolded out. Make sure everything is together. You can worry about this after you do the front, and then the front is pegged on right there into there. You just want to peg that down, move that up, because then you can get this out. And you might as well get the landing gear out now. Now, how you get the landing gear out is move this up. You move this up, and then you can move this seat all the way up. Then it creates enough space there where you can move this through. I just do it now because it's easier. And you may have, I think you got to do it now, or you're going to have to take all this out. So then you can put the seat back down, put this back down, and put the cockpit close. Now you just move this down here, get his head situated, and you want to, this has to be shut down. There's a piece right here that goes into these little holes, but it kind of, if you put it all the way down like this, it's not right. You gotta kind of move it, push it back and in like that, and that's where it goes right there. And then when you close this, there won't be any gaps right there. Then you close that down, kind of keeps that. Then you can close this, make sure it's around the head and the wheel. So, and then this is like kind of home free. Not home free, but so after you move that out, you can move these two things down. Then you can move this back. You can see that this is gonna fill in right here, or I should say this fills in right there. And you can just keep it extended, because you're gonna have to extend this down like this and get it back farther. And then while you're putting this up here, these get in the way. You can close this thing down, so then you have room in order to close all of this down. So then you can move this up here like this, and you're starting to see, you close it down here. Get this, close that down, push that down, move these wings up. You see this little piece fills in right there, and then there's two pegs that will go in just like that, just like that. Then you situate these wings. Basically, if you have them back like this, then you just move them up and put them into that peg hole on the side there. Make sure this is closed. You can clean it up after. Peg hole on the side, and I think we're done. Well, not really. So then there's two pegs at the bottom that you can stick the guns into. If you haven't done so already, you got to fold the handles up, of course. They are pretty tight. It's not really scary tight, but it does sound like it could be if you're not careful. So then you have other landing gear where his knees are. Just pull that up, move that out, pull that up. It's easier to just pull it up from here, because you can get a little nail or something under there. Can't never get these guns straight. And here we are. Looks fantastic. Planes, I love planes. Great paint, the black with the yellow. Got the blue with the yellow back here. Thruster does move a little bit. Wings, all this stuff not really doesn't move. Landing gear rolls. You do have rolling landing gear if you like that. And that's pretty much it. I show them compared. I just happen to have a picture of them compared all in plane mode, because I just happen to have them all together in plane mode. So other articulation or gimmick or whatever you want to call it is the cockpit opening up, and you have the seats in there. Looks great. Can't really fit in. I mean, I'm sure you can find maybe a Diaclone pilot or something that fits, but no complaints. Paint is nice, silver. Nose nice. All around nice figure. All right, so thanks for watching this video, and I will get out with you in another one. Peace.
You know, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.